Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Media on Media podcast. I'm your co-host, Venature. I'm with my two co-hosts, Keon and Julian. And keep in
Hello.
mind, we have a guest, Ivy. Uh, Keon is going to be Ivy's Discord translator. So anything that Ivy types in Discord, Keon will say. So just if he says Ivy says something, that's what that is. So today we're going to be talking about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So a while back they released the trailer for it, which is pretty cool because this has been circling around since like 2014, 15, ever since FNAF like really went mainstream. People were talking about a movie for it. So the fact that we're actually getting one now is pretty cool. So let's go over some of the basic information. The actors, we got Matthew Lennard as William Afton, Josh Hutcherson as Mike Smith, Elizabeth Nail as Vanessa, Adam Han as Freddy Fazbear, and Theodis Crane as Jeremiah. The description for the movie from the trailer is a troubled security guard begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. While spending his first night on the job, he realizes the late shift at Freddy's won't be so easy to make it through. So, based on the list of actors and descriptions, what are y'all's thoughts on the movie so far?
I think it's either going to be a hit or miss, in my opinion, because it might take a little bit too much of FNAF's lore, which is a lot to handle, or it might be just the right amount to where it's like perfect for everybody to watch.
For me, I feel like Julian said, if it's more on the lore standpoint, then it might be a little boring, and also like a trilogy basically. And if it's more on like a gameplay stand where you have to where he's trying running away from animatronics and like kind of like how FNAF 2 Doom would be on like a Roblox,
I think it would.
then that might be
I
a
think it'd
little
be
cool. Like more like a how security breach runs.
yeah, or I guess like some parts of like help wanted. Anyways, I think it'd be cool if they actually tried going with a more fan service approach and tried doing it like a VHS tape. I think that'd be like really cool because a lot of the VHS tapes build a lot on story that is not too complex to follow by, so it'd be great for the movie. Um, the VHS tapes really break away from the gameplay aspect, so it's more easily to do it in live action. So like a chase scene with Foxy, or like just getting chased by an animatronic in general, would be more fitting for the VHS type of stuff instead of the gameplay mechanics. I don't know. I feel like that's how it could go. Did
A
Ivy say
little
anything?
No, not yet. A little thing about the the thumbnail for the teaser. If you can like edit that up somewhere, let's do it. If you can't, then just look it up. See, 30 looks condescending. Foxy looks like the guy at the back of your local Walmart selling some stuff. And Bonnie looks like he's spying on you from the neighbor's house. So these are some interesting decides.
There was a scene from the Grinch movie. I know this is unrelated, but it just reminded me of that when you say that. Remember how you said Bonnie looks like he's watching your neighbor watching you from their window? There was this one moment, and there was this one line from the Grinch movie, the animated one, that said, "As he watched the small girl," and right when you said that about Bonnie, that's what I thought of. They could have thought of a better line, "As he watched the small girl." EDP lore. Okay,
And
so
the cupcake looks like a 5-year-old when you give him a lollipop.
so the basic facts for this movie are the release date will be October 27th, 2023 in America. The director is Emma Tammy. It will be distributed by Universal Pictures. It'll be based on Five Nights at Freddy's by Scott Cawthon. Who would have thought that?
I know, right?
It's going to be produced by James Blum and Scott Cawthon, and the production companies are Blumhouse Productions and Stryker Entertainment. I haven't really heard of Blumhouse Productions or Stryker Entertainment, but if they...
Harvey said that she got some new plans for Halloween. So, I'll be honest, I do too.
Blumhouse Productions is actually one of the most grossing production films ever. It's made a lot of really good movies, and it's taken on the role of the Scream franchise.
Well, I still never heard of them, so.
Yeah, same here.
Don't matter if they're richer than Elon Musk, I don't know.
Okay, so let's go over with the problems.
Ivy agrees with you, Julian. Apparently, it's like this big thing,
Hmm.
and we're just
Yeah.
We've been living under a
living
rock.
under a rock,
Yeah.
Patrick style.
Patrick style. Anyways,
Bob? What's Blubber? We're still getting copyrighted by Nickelodeon.
no. Anyways, so let's go over with some problems we could see in the movie. So one, Willy's Wonderland. I don't know if you guys have seen that before, but that movie kind of ruined the whole scary animatronic gets possessed by a killer, or gets possessed by people and are out to kill a troubled individual. I don't know if you guys seen Willy Wonderland. Have you?
Mm,
No, I
mm, yeah,
honestly like kind of agree because how do I say this? Like FNAF works good in a first person aspect where you're the one getting jump scared, or a VR aspect. Like if I watch somebody get jump scared, it's not gonna be that crazy. But if some 6'2" dude in a Freddy suit like grabs me and screams at me, my pants are my look at the Taco Bell toilet.
To be honest, should they make this movie in VR? Like, should you be able to like experience it like in 3D?
Oh yeah,
so you can
Julian.
experience.
We're gonna go to the movie
Making this
theater.
movie in
We're gonna
VR
go to the movies
would
playing
be
Oculus Quest, bro. We're about to be.
No. I meant 3D. I'm sorry. I meant 3D.
yeah.
3D. I don't know,
I
bro.
feel like
3D
making
movies.
movies in VR would be like the future,
Yeah,
especially
well,
for
no.
horror movies.
Actually, no. That is a smart idea. Of like Oculus made like a
I
Hulu, and
know.
you can like really like look around.
What are your thoughts on
Yeah,
that,
look
Ivy?
who's taking inspiration now from me, the white guy.
Julian, you're not the first person to think about that. I'm pretty sure Nintendo did that with like the whole Nintendo thing. And also, did it? Yeah, YouTube's already made like little VR. Yeah, YouTube already's done
Yeah.
that, bro.
YouTube's done that.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
and
wait.
YouTube's done that,
Yeah, I
just like on
remember
a
that.
very small scale.
Yeah, little
hasn't
VR
Pornhub done it
videos.
too?
Huh?
I remember going on the SpongeBob roller coaster on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I just went on some Minecraft roller coasters in VR. I just used the PlayStation,
Oh yeah.
so you could like move the thumbstick around. It's pretty cool though. Anyways, so let's go into the bigger thing. Most video game movies, honestly, just don't really hold up to the same expectations that the actual
Now, what do you
games
feel
do.
about the rating of the movie?
Huh?
Well,
With being either PG-13 or rated R. I feel like it should be rated R
oh,
so that we can have a better experience.
Ivy says that there are some exceptions, which I do kind of agree with. Think about the Sonic movie, which is
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
a big breaking point for video game movies.
Uncharted wasn't that bad. I mean, like, it wasn't that
Yeah, and
bad.
Sonic was a great movie.
Uncharted wasn't that bad. Sonic was pretty good. The Mario movie, I love the Mario movie. The Mario movie was great.
Ivy.
Honestly, I haven't
I would
watched
agree
it yet.
with you, and I do too.
I have
I
not
think
watched
I'm the only one who didn't know that Uncharted was a game and thought like I don't know whoever made the movie just pulled it out of nowhere.
No, Uncharted's a great game series. I love that. I want to make an episode about that one day.
I
Specifically
genuinely
Uncharted
didn't
4.
know that Uncharted was a game.
I want to get Uncharted 4 again so I can replay that. Because I love that game. That's amazing.
I played Uncharted 4. That is a really good movie or game.
Well, all right. So, also, we already mentioned this, but the FNAF lore is just way too confusing for them to make a storyline using it. So they're probably gonna have to like bend some things about the story. And knowing the FNAF,
Maybe make it more like the books.
yeah,
But just less
Oh yeah, the
complicated.
books would be fine.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I never really read I read like part of Silver Eyes, but that was about it.
I haven't read any of the books at all. I just know they're not as complicated.
I've read all of the books, and they are actually not really complicated at all. They should probably go on with the storyline a bit.
Julian, with all due respect, it's Five Nights at Freddy's, so saying it's not that complicated, it could be like Shakespeare level complicated, and that's still for FNAF not that complicated, okay?
I'll be honest. If they do
That's why I said
focus
not
on the
that
lore
complicated.
perspective, they could make some ginormous amounts of money just off people just watching, coming back, rewatching, and rewatching again.
Yeah.
Asking the theater, paying double to ask the theater people are playing in slow motion so that they get every last detail. Pulling up their phones, capturing every moment frame by frame on their 2,000 frame per second camera. Like
Now,
that could make some big bucks
I
just by
feel
the
like
theorists.
I feel like they could have two movies because knowing how the whole William Afton I always come back kind of thing, that's probably how the first movie's gonna end if they want to like end it off with a massive joke.
Wait, I have a great way that the first movie could end.
Honestly, that's like
Okay,
infinite
okay,
cliffhangers at that
okay. No,
point.
no, no,
Yeah,
no. Imagine
actually,
this. Imagine
It's
this.
like
William
I
Afton. No,
always come back.
wait.
like,
Imagine this. William
Alright.
Afton is getting into the spring lock suit.
mhm.
It gets jammed. He gets spring locked, and then you cut to him dying, like he's in this thing dead. And then seconds later, when it turns to black after the credits, he says, "I always come back." And then
He's
So
like, my
William Afton
uncle.
turns into glitch trap. Then he goes in the burn. No. So William Afton goes in the spring trap. Then he goes in the burn trap. And then he turns into glitch trap. And then he infects what's his name, Vanny. Who then no, not Vanny.
Vanessa.
You know what they're talking about.
Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa. Then that third turns into Vanny, who chases a child around the facility to get the malfunctioning animatronic in order to get out and picking up relics along to figure out what happened to him. That's basically the entire lore of Scream Beach, summed up in like 5 seconds. I got like 57 inaccuracies in here.
Okay, so I think a good way they can end the first movie is maybe by if they wanted two movies, they can end it off by Henry and William, since they both were the ones who made whole Freddy Fazbear's. It could be them having a conversation about if this is like taking place after the events with like like if this is like them closing up the place, then the movie could end where it's them talking about possibly making a new location. I don't know how it could end, but it could show a display of the wizard animatronics, or it could also do sister location. But you gotta understand, sister location takes place a long while after all that stuff, so it wouldn't make no sense to jump from FNAF 1 then all the way to sister location for with nothing in the middle. You get that? I feel like FNAF 2 is
That makes sense. And I was gonna go above and beyond to try and figure out all the lore, but I'm not wasting like 12 hours of my life looking at every
Zine.
FNAF Game Theory episode and trying to make sense of it. So
Zine. Okay,
Yeah.
how I think that movie will go in order. I think it'll first be in FNAF 1, the original. Then it'll go to FNAF 4, where the kid is in the house, and then it'll go to FNAF 3, where the rundown old FNAF 1. And then maybe if they add like a fourth movie, it'll then be FNAF 2.
What if they had like a side plot in the movie where it could be like where whenever like this it could be like since it's like Five Nights at Freddy's, what if every night we get like an inside, like kind of like how Sister Location had like where it's like the inside of their house, and whenever they go to sleep we get like kind of like a FNAF 4 kind of thing, that it could be done like that. It could be like little small like little 5-minute sections, right?
Yeah.
So I think that could work because I don't know, it feels like the entirety of this movie should be them like trying to like put like FNAF together in like one thing. So having like maybe like some sneak peeks or like little Easter eggs around the movie about like the games could be cool,
this might just be what you said. I don't know enough about FNAF. I know there's a game where you're like just a child inside, walking around.
Yeah,
And
that's
animatronics
FNAF 4.
looking through your window. That's FNAF 4?
Yeah.
No.
I think it would go FNAF 4, no, it'd go to FNAF 1, and then you go FNAF 4, but there'd be like cutscenes of the bite of 87. Then you go to FNAF 3, because FNAF 3 takes place like 10 years after the bite of 87. I know that for sure.
That might be. And honestly, if they don't include the bite of 87, it's kind of a big missed opportunity.
Yeah. What if this movie's gonna be like the opening of the location? So this is gonna be like so it's like, hey, we're trying to get this whole thing set up, right? We need you. Actually, no, this couldn't be it because in the movie they had like a whole work guide thing, so it would make no sense that they just don't.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say, like it's kind of like how do I explain this? I think it'd be more like I just got out of college. I'm $2 million in debt because the American education system is not that good. I just broke my leg. That's another $2 million in debt because
It could.
and now I just gotta find a job somewhere.
Okay, well, if we want to go like with the ending that I went, this could also be like a Willy's Wonderland kind of thing, where they're like, "Hey, we're trying to close down this location so we can make a new one. While we're getting all that stuff set up, we need you to watch this place to make sure no people come in here to vandalize or steal anything from us, so we can't salvage it and get some money from that for our new project. We want you to stay in here and make sure that no thieves come in." Or people who just want to like take scraps from the animatronics. So we need you to watch them here, so that way we can get all this set up. I feel like that would make a lot more sense because also the movie has like more modern like look to it rather than like a 1980s to 90s kind of aesthetic. So it could be something like that, and I feel like that would be also a way that I could tie into the ending I thought of, where it like sets up a second movie for FNAF 2.
I see anything. It could be anything from what you said to what Julia said, or it could be just like basically what happens in Chuck E. Cheese when all the lights go out. Like it could just basically be like Chuck E. Cheese, like Chuck Entertainment Cheese, or Bonnie got out of control during the day. He ate a child. We're closing
Yeah,
down now.
Bonnie ate a cat one time. Like, it's canon, it was
That's not good.
confirmed by
I'm
Scott
not gonna
Cawthon
say.
that Bonnie ate a cat.
It just be like, damn it, I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop it. I'm I'm so sorry. I couldn't stop it. Okay, like just cut that out.
Alright, so let's talk about some nice things with the movies. One, the animatronics of design actually do look nice. So I really like what they did with the red eyes because I feel like, again, fan service. We had a FNAF fan game called Joy of Creation, which was like 2017-ish, and that had red eyes when the animatronics saw you. So I feel like that'd be a really nice touch for them to have. Do any of you guys have an opinion on
Yeah.
that?
Yes. Oh, and also, did you know that the red eyes mean that they're still controlled by William Afton, which is a great sign that this all happened before the kids went into the animatronics' bodies and possessed them.
Well, the
Which
only
means that
A
they're
little
still controlled by
a little
William.
cool thing that is like, it's kind of merging a lot of things from the other games, like a child getting stuck in the ball pit when after closing time. That kind of reminds me of Security Breach. No. And also, I'll be honest. So something I really like to see in this movie is the security guard running for his life as Foxy sprints like Usain Bolt towards them.
yeah,
Just
that
like
would be cool.
nod to the game. Just like all you hear is just like all you hear is like no please.
Maybe it could be
Or it's
like maybe when he's walking back to like the office through the hallway, we hear like the curtain like sling open and like the camera goes back and we see Foxy just standing there and like there's a couple seconds and his eyes just like turn red and he just like bolting at him.
Either it
Lockwood!
either it happens to the night guard and he just barely gets into the office in time to close the doors, or to some random, or to I guess Ghost Child 1 because the protagonist probably can't die. We just know this. He got plot armor.
Yeah. Okay. So also the location from what we saw does actually look pretty nice. It doesn't look that bad, you know. Do you guys what are y'all's thoughts about the location?
Um, looks pretty nice. It looks like a rundown Chuck E. Cheese, but still looks pretty nice.
Well, I mean, FNAF is basically just Chuck E. Cheese, but in a more paranormal way. So I guess they did something right. I also like I don't like one thing. I know it's supposed. I didn't like the whole saw trap we saw in the trailer. I don't know what that was about. Well, like in the
I
spare
have a little theory about that actually. It might just be, you know how some animatronics just have some really weird insides? That might just be like an animatronic without its cover. Or whatever.
What would
What's it called?
What would an animatronic without its cover have, like, spinning blades?
I don't know. FNAF is weird.
Hi, my name is Peppy, the pepperoni gutter pizza man. Let me cut your pizza.
I don't know. Like kind of like. Actually, why do the Nightmare animatronics have giant teeth? Nobody knows. How do I say this?
Well, the
Like you know
nightmare.
how like some of
That's a
them just
very
like
basic explanation, Keon. They're the kids' nightmares. So kids find
that shit.
big thing with.
Like some of them, they like their face just opens up. Maybe that's kind of what happened.
Maybe.
Like he just opened up his face and
Maybe Bonnie's like a
it
part-time
fell off.
mechanic.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like like he's making war traps in case the someone tries invading the place. Maybe Jigsaw was the past night guard, and he let some stuff in the area. All right, so I did like the VHS work guide. I feel like that'd be a good way to start off the movie, or like that could be like a good tension builder actually, if they wanted to. Um, Again, location looks nice. Vanessa, from what we could see, won't be tied to Security Breach, which is honestly really good because Vanessa and Security Breach really didn't play that much of a role besides, surprise main
Like
villain.
yeah, it's like Vanessa Security Breaches play a major gameplay role. Just like how do I say this? Vanessa was a kind of like a just there as a lore, as something to move the lore forward.
Yeah.
Like if she wasn't there, it'd get rid of a couple stealth sections and that's it. But the lores would really take a detrimental hit.
So some hopes I have for the movie is one, it sticks to one or two games because honestly, I can see it sticking to like one game or even two games, but the FNAF is way too confusing for it to go for like three games. So I feel like one or two would be just right for that. Do you guys think that's a valid point?
It is a pretty valid point.
Julian, what do you think about that?
Honestly, it might just be like the concept of FNAF and put something like puts a little dash or something from all the games.
Yeah. Julian, what's your thoughts on that? Okay, I guess Julian left. So last.
No, I didn't leave.
Huh?
I did not leave.
Oh, well, you didn't respond. What's your thoughts on that opinion?
Oh, I'm sorry. On what? I'm sorry, I had to do something real quick.
Okay. What's your thoughts on what okay. So I said that I hope the movie sticks to one or two games. Do you think that's like I said, reasoning? One or two games are easy to stick to, but when it gets to three, it could get a lot more confusing. Since the FNAF games
Honestly,
really are like a timeline spectrum, the FNAF games do take some major jumps. So trying to put three would make absolutely no sense.
Honestly, I think that they should only put two, and I think it should be FNAF 1 and FNAF 4. For FNAF 1, it should go from because I know it starts in 1985 all the way, and it should end at 1987, and then once the child gets home and starts FNAF 4, it should end at like night 5 when it's finally able to.
Oh wait! One of the actors, I didn't mention this, but one of the actors actually did play Abby Smith, so maybe that's Mike Afton's or Mike Smith's daughter. So maybe Adam Smith could be like the child for FNAF 4.
No,
or just like have, or just
it's William Afton's son. It was already proven multiple times.
True. So maybe there could be like a connection with that. Maybe they're friends or something. Who knows?
Oh yeah, the girl you mentioned, the Smith's son, that is actually one of the crying child's friends, like best friends.
I'm pretty sure you're getting that confused with Henry's daughter. I'm pretty sure that's who that was, but yeah, maybe. Because I do know it was like
because they were connected in the story of how they were playing together in the field.
Yeah,
I do like how the trailer kind of encapsulated like pretty much everyone's childhood experience. Like you go to Chuck E. Cheese and Chuck Entertainment Cheese's eyes are red. You're screaming like if the lights go out while you're in the ball pit. Like I know every child's like please don't let there be a monster when I get up.
I also
And
think
there's a
I'm pretty
and
sure
like there's an
Foxy was.
animatronic there.
I'm pretty sure Foxy was in that scene, so maybe that could lead up to like a chase scene for from that movie. Anyways, any last points you guys want to mention or no?
Uh, there was one point I did want to mention.
What?
So, how do you think that they would portray the storyline for William Afton and Michael Afton and the Crying Child? Like, how do you think that they would portray it? Because we know William Afton was going to be the night guard, because that's what it was in FNAF 1. And in FNAF 2 and Sister Location, it was Michael Afton. How do you think they would portray that?
The movie could start out with the Bite at 87. They could pick like which animatronic they want for that. Bite at 87 happens. They want to close the location. Need a security guard to make sure no thieves steal anything from the location or from the animatronics. And then movie ends with them hinting at a second movie with FNAF 2. I feel like that could, those four things could be like a pretty solid type of movie if they did it right. What do you guys think about that one?
I think that would actually be a really good movie. The only thing I really would change is that, like, for the animation, like for the picture, I think it should be like a bit like outdated picture instead of like all this modern stuff for like some scenes.
Yeah.
Because I know they said that they're gonna have like recording number one, like in the cams, it should be exactly how it is in the FNAF games, like all like shaky and stuff.
Well, yeah.
It should be all black and white.
Also, if they're closing up the location, then everything would be kind of like a little more run down.
Yeah.
Like,
and
honestly,
and I would really like if they added like rats.
Oh,
like,
that could also that whole thing I said could also tie into the fact why the power will deplete so fast because they already took out most of like the main generators, so they're just trying to have like this little backup one that really doesn't last too long. So maybe they could also be like, hey, main generator, we took that out. We don't need that one anymore. You don't need that one anymore. We give you a nice little mini generator, kind of like your Ding Dong. It's small, but it has personality. That's gonna be your life.
Wait,
that's gonna be your ride or die. Huh?
Are we allowed to keep that in the video?
Yeah, I'll keep that. It isn't that bad, Julian. It's just
honestly,
a dick joke.
If this goes really well, there might end up being a movie for like each version of Afton. So like glitch, spring trap, burn trap.
Every movie ends with "I always come back."
And then
I always come.
Here's the perfect ending.
Fanny.
Yeah, here's the perfect.
Vanessa.
I got the perfect ending. Okay. Oh God, that was such a challenging 5 nights. I'm just glad it's done with. Yeah, and the psychopathic monster's dead, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. Movie fades to black. I always come back. Yeah.
No. Instead of I always come back, it's I always come on the back.
Julian, why?
Can we keep that?
Well, we're not keeping that. We can keep that. Okay?
Yes. Oh my God, that was so funny.
All right. So, any more last minute points you guys want to say?
To be honest, the day it comes out, I'm gonna be seeing it. And then once it comes out, we'll probably do the thing, and we'll like explain what happens.
I'm probably gonna. My parents already said if I want to watch it, I can. So
keeping if they do put the Bite of 87 in, that's already like probably one of if not the most popular part of the FNAF franchise, thanks to Markiplier.
No,
and
that'd be the Bite of 83, probably the most popular. But yeah, 87 would also be like an honorable mention for that one.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, like, I know this isn't gonna happen because we can hope. But honestly, it's kind of nice whenever like a video game movie will what's it called? Nod to some of the jokes that the fandom has made.
Yeah, like kind of like how the Sonic movie had like the Sonic the Hedgehog image with the crazy guy, kind of like hinting at like what the fandom has done. Did you guys notice that, or was that just me?
I I might have noticed
I
it when I
noticed that
watched it
too.
and just forgot about it.
Yeah, I noticed that instantly when I saw that image. That was funny. The old guy, the Blue Devil. That's what you call him, the Blue Devil.
Yeah, the Blue Devil.
Yeah, the image he had was Sonic the Hedgehog. I know you're out there. No, I'm not.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I
Great
don't
movie.
think that. Honestly, I don't know any joke. I don't know that many jokes that the FNAF community's made, mainly because they're always lore, lore. I need lore, lore,
Lord,
lore.
it's like SpongeBob with the water.
But
I
guys,
don't need
Z,
it. I don't need it. I
Z,
need it.
now
Yeah.
But I
hold on.
know, I know.
Wait, Keon,
One.
be quiet, Keon. This is just a theory, by the way, a game theory.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Bro, I love the game theory. He is so
uh,
good.
Okay,
Shout
okay.
out to him, by the way.
All right.
I know that one joke that the FNAF community has is that Chica loves pizza. Like, overly enjoys pizza. Like, she will. You give this person a fresh security guard and some pizza, she chooses the pizza. That's the only joke I know that's FNAF community's come with.
Maybe that's how the night guard fends her off for the first time. Like he's trapped in the kitchen right as she's about to kill him. She sees like a box of pizza, starts chowing down on it. All right. Well, I feel like that wraps up everything we want to make. So with that, that's the end of this episode. It's been a nice time. This is Vina Church signing out. Get the hell out of here.